My friends, I have way too many tarot and oracle decks and I need your help to rehome them, please. Greetings, beautiful earthlings. If you haven't met me yet, my name is Star and I have been a tarot reader on the interwebs for the past 5 or so years. And in doing that, I was a tarot reviewer and I was buying tarot and oracle decks specifically to review them. So I only ended up using like a handful of them that I really actually loved and bonded with and like couldn't, part with. But I have about 70 plus tarot and oracle decks that are literally sitting in a drawer completely untouched, don't get any love. And the kicker is they are either very gently used or not used at all. They do have their original packaging, so their original box, their original books. This is the shelf where I keep all of the boxes and the books. I never got rid of any of them. And there's quite a few more in a drawer. Now, if you don't know me, you've never seen my face before, let me show you. As you can see, it says 69 videos. This is what I have been doing with my time for the past 5 years, is deck reviews and talking about tarot on YouTube. Now, trust me when I say there are other decks that I do have that I never reviewed. There was a point in time where I actually kept buying decks and just couldn't bring myself to do reviews anymore because I was like so over it already. And there's only like a couple that I have that I think I won't get rid of because either I know that I very heavily use them, so I'm extremely bonded with them, or like they are decks that are dedicated to specific deity work. I'll have to talk that over with my deities, see if they are okay with letting those decks go or if they would like to keep those decks. However, they gotta go. I have recently been talking about the fact that I actually don't use tarot in my own daily practice, and I haven't for quite some time. This isn't to say that I'm not keeping any of the decks. Like I said, I might be keeping a couple of them here and there, but I would like to get myself down to 5 decks if possible. This is something that my guides have been leading me towards for the past couple of years, and I did try with the idea of destashing some decks, like putting some decks on my website, listing them as destash items, and only a couple of them sold. Never really caught on, and let's be honest, I can't list 70 fucking tarot and oracle decks. And the issue is that I'm not even trying to make money off of them. Like, I'm literally only charging $20, and that's just for shipping and taxes. I just really want them to go to good homes. So what I decided to do is this listing here on my website. It's called Adopt a Mystery Tarot or Oracle Deck. And as you can see, it says intuitively chosen based on attached questionnaire. So what that means is, since I do have such a large collection and I do know my decks very well, I have created a questionnaire. It's like 10-ish questions, I think maybe 12 or 13, I'm not sure. Just for me to get a sense of what your intentions are, your experience level, what your collection currently looks like, how many decks you would like to have, things like that, so that I can get a good vibe for if you need a deck that's going to connect with you very personally, or if you're just kind of like a collector looking for a deck. Maybe you're like me and you were a deck reviewer and you just want it for a review and you're going to pass it on too. Maybe you use them for art projects or spells or things like that, and you were just looking for like a cheap alternative that's not buying like a, what's it called? Knockoff deck. The questionnaire is just for me to get like a good sense of who you are, what you want out of the deck, your experience level, things like that, so that I can adequately match you with the deck that's right for you from my collection. Now, the only caveat here is that the decks that I have bought over the years were like popular mass media decks because I was a reviewer and I needed decks that I knew would be getting looked up for reviews. So that means a lot of the most popular decks are in my collection currently. So If you're somebody that has a very large collection and you're afraid you're going to get a deck that you already have, maybe it's not the best option for you. Feel free to go to my YouTube channel, look through all of the videos that I have done for reviews. Also, if you were looking to get one of my like collector's edition decks, it will not be in that mystery listing, just because the collector's editions are like $100 like boxed sets. So if you like really want one of the liminal 11 boxed sets that I have, because I do still have them in completion, let me know. We can work something out. We can talk about that, because again, those are just sitting on the shelf. I do feel kind of bad. I think the only one I might not part with is my Modern Witch. But I'm willing to negotiate if you guys would like one of my Liminal 11 collector's edition sets. That's neither here nor there. For those of you guys who've actually been following me for a while, if you're like, oh my god, I might get one of those Liminal 11 collector's editions, no, you won't. So all of the tarot and oracle decks that will be provided in the listing are ranging in price from about, I'd say, $10 to $15 to $40 to $50. I do have a couple decks that are like indie decks that are a little bit more pricey. There were quite a few like indie decks that I got from creators that I really admired because I really wanted to support them. I don't know if I'm okay with giving those away, but again, as I start getting in orders of these things, I'm going to figure that out. And if it is something that I feel really drawn towards, because I'm not only going to be picking based off of the answers to your questions, I'm going to be asking my guides to help me. I may even channel your guides if that's okay with them and ask them what they feel like might be the best deck for you. And if you do want to leave me some kind of note about who you are, like if you work with spirits or something and you're looking for a deck specifically for like a spirit to work with, feel free to email me. I do put my email information and everything in there as well, so that, you know, if you would like to steer the direction of the tarot or oracle deck you get, you can let me know, like, hey, I work with this deity, or hey, I work with demons and I'd like one of your demon decks, because I do have a good handful of demon decks. Again, I don't use any of them, and you know, I can work with things like that for you. I do have a handful of like comedic decks, things like that. So if that's something that you would like to steer, you can let me know. I'm pretty sure most of my deities are okay with me getting rid of the decks that I bought for them, because again, I bought them for the altar, never used them. I put them on the altar. The intention was to use it for communication, and we communicate without decks because they have been trying to get me away from reading tarot for a long time. So even like my Santissima deck is completely untouched. I literally looked at it. I think I did like a flip through video on TikTok and then never touched it again. So most of my decks are up for grabs. But if you do email me saying I want this specific deck, I don't know about that. We'll see, because I don't want everybody to think that just means go pick the deck you want and tell me about it, because that's kind of fucking annoying. Like, the whole point is that you get a deck either that you don't have or one that you're being led to use to working with. Maybe you have a lot of tarot decks and you don't quite know how to pick oracle decks, and you think that maybe this is a good way to get a mystery oracle deck. The listing is for tarot or oracle, so you are allowed to tell me in that questionnaire if you want specifically a tarot deck, specifically an oracle deck, or if you just like a surprise deck, whatever works, right? Again, that's what the questionnaire is for. The questionnaire is very important. So if you do not fill out the questionnaire, you do not email me with any questions, comments, or concerns, and you still purchase the listing, I will try to reach out to you via the email that's on your purchase information. And if you don't respond in a timely manner, I'm just going to send you a random tarot deck. So that is stated as well in the listing. And I just really, really, really want to get my decks to good homes, because it's kind of stressing me out that they're just sitting here collecting dust. I know they deserve better than that. You know they deserve better than that. My guides know they deserve better than that. And they have been telling me that for a long time. And it just kind of sits here eating away at me every day that I'm not doing something about it. So please, 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 if you're not interested, share with somebody who will be interested, because I have a very big collection and I would really like them to be in the hands of people who will use them and love them. Thank you so much. Let me know if you have any questions or